Hello, Chronoholics. I am Dr. Karan Madan. And the legend right here is, well, please introduce yourself. I don't even have to say your name. Come on, do it.
Thank you so much. You are very kind. Thank you for this very, very warm welcome. I'm Fabrizio Buonamassa Stigliani, creative director for the Bulgari Watches. We are here at the Bulgari booth, Dubai Watch Week 2025. Amazing event as usual. A great pleasure having you here.
Thank you very much. And what a spectacle of watchmaking and watch camaraderie this Dubai Watch Week Festival has become. I think it's more to propagate the culture of watchmaking,
Yes.
and tell people of what all is happening in the world. Right. So, and in fact, we are inside the Bulgari booth, right? It's been done exceptionally well, and I'm sure you have a big hand to play in how it's been designed and laid out, isn't it?
Yes, we create a special watch, special Octo for this event.
That's right.
Historically, it's a very important market for the brand. As you know, this region is important for everybody. We have a very strong connection, and we decided to create something that was more cultural relevant, not just a dial, but something that was around the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in love with Arabic calligraphy since many years.
Sure.
During last edition of the Dubai Watch Week, I visited the Museum of the Future.
Right.
I had the chance to visit with Matar, the artist who made the graphical element around the museum.
Right.
And we started a discussion about the watch. A lot of things happened during the Dubai Watch Week.
Sure.
You have the opportunity to talk and meet with a lot of people in the watchmaking industry, but not only the watchmaking industry, but just watch lovers and watch fun.
Right.
So the watch was born during the Dubai Watch Week, like other watches and other collaborations that he made were born during the Dubai Watch Week.
Sure.
I think the watch is sold out.
Yeah,
because we receive a lot of comments. The watch has a very strong link with this culture, with this heritage.
Absolutely.
And I receive very impressive comments about how his calligraphy is important for the people in this region.
That's right.
Honestly, it was a big surprise for me.
Certainly. So you're telling me that it took 2 years to make this watch come alive.
Yes.
Yeah. How was the creative process for you?
The creative process was very fluid. Honestly, it's a great pleasure. It was a great pleasure to work with Matar. He helped us during the Dubai Watch Week. All the day he was here attending our event. And this is another very important sign. We start immediately to talk about art, talk about drawing and sketches.
Sure.
We talk a few minutes about the watch. I discovered that this watch with this kind of graphical element is possible to make alone. Is not our culture.
That's right.
I showed to Matar the first sketch that we had in mind, and he started to laugh. He said, "This is not an Arabic inscription. This is something that is just a joke."
Right.
And I said, "That's why we're here."
Sure.
And we start to talk about how can you read this kind of thing. There are different layers. There are the words, and after there are the graphical element, just to have a beauty on these kind of things. The second point was which kind of things I have to write on the watch. The idea was have to make sense for you, have to make sense for us, have to make sense for the region. So the idea was to create something around the future.
That's right.
Because Bulgari is a modern brand, Matar is very well known for the Museum of the Future. And Matar, there is a very important phrase for us that is a shake phrase around the future.
Sure. Yeah.
He read us he sent us the phrase and we say, wow, this is perfect, because talk about the future is now, the future is for the people, is brave, the people want to love challenges. And we decided to go ahead with this kind of phrase.
That's fantastic. And well, the techniques used in this watch are very special as well.
Yes.
Each link has been taken apart, laser engraved, etched on it with laser. And this is the blank. In fact, just let me touch upon the point that the Octo Finissimo, especially the titanium version you chose this time, is such a nice canvas for all kinds of collaborative processes.
This is amazing. Just 5 minutes before, I was with a watch collector, and they say what I have on the wrist. It was the Liu Fan watch. And he was so in love with the watch, the bracelet, each single piece is unique. And we love to use the watch as a blank canvas.
Absolutely.
So when I met artists and architects, I used to say, I used to make a sketch and they say, this is your playground.
Wow.
You know, this is the Octo Finissimo.
Yeah.
And you would do all what you want inside. We don't need to have the Bulgari logo. We don't need to have the 12, the 6, the indexes.
Right.
You have to play with this kind of border.
Right.
And was good with Sejima. Was good that we made the full polish watch.
Yes.
It was amazing with the Lufa that we were able to create a different surface. And now with Matar, with these amazing things that we play with these kind of things, with this, we talk a lot about these elements with the square point on top, with the things that move in that way immediately after, and the line on the bracelet that you can see.
That's right.
He made something like that, and after moving, honestly, it was really, really impressive.
And this is the first time you've worked with Arabic calligraphy as well.
Yes.
So it must have been a revelation for you as to how artistically it can be represented on, not just on watch, but in general.
It's a kind of art.
It is, sure.
Honestly, I was in love with this kind of way to write things. The dots, the V-shape elements, but even these very long things with this and with that and with something like that. Everything is so elegant and create a very interesting tension with the watch that is absolutely flat, like an architecture, with the lugs made in that way, with this line that is exactly like that, with another element here, with another section here, with something that the bracelet start here with this line. So when you start to have this kind of very rigid design and something that is that way, with this line, with something that moves on that way, it's something that creates the perfect contrast.
It also gives a lot of organic feeling to the watch, doesn't it?
It's the tension between the square shape and the round shape drawings.
And that, in a sense, is the Bulgari Octo Finissimo.
Yes, exactly. Now the Bulgari Octo Finissimo start to become an object that has a lot of different personalities, a lot of different behaviors, a lot of different point of view. And honestly, it's even for me, it's very interesting to discover what's next on the Octo Finissimo.
So, in fact, where does the Octo Finissimo go from here? You've done amazing.
But in the future, it's going to be an Octo Finissimo for sure, with different movements, with different. We're going to have a very important launch next year.
Oh wow! At Watches and Wonders.
At Watches and Wonders, I guess, and it's a brand new movement. It's a lot of things that are around the Octo Finissimo, and it's honestly in the future the idea is to be consistent with our heritage.
Sure.
So in the future, you're going to have Bulgari, Octo Finissimo, and Serpenti.
Yes. What about the Octo Roma? That is
Octo Roma is a part of the Octo. When I say Octo Finissimo, I say
also
Octo.
means.
Yes.
But then, how do you balance the two? Because look, for me as an Indian watch collector, I feel they might look similar, and that is the perception. But I think they were two very distinct lines.
Totally different. The shape of the Octo Roma is almost like that. There is a round shape here. The watch is a more round shape design,
that's right.
And the lugs are like that.
Correct.
And after you have the bracelet. The Octo, the Finissimo is more like something like that.
More brutalist.
Yes, it's more age in terms of design, with the round element that you already have on the Octo Roma, but even here is always a 45-degree angles with a lot of elements that are from the square design. The bracelet is exactly the same. We have a line here. We make in contact the lugs with the case. We have another part of the lugs here that create the link.
Right.
Here we have another elements, and after we have the round shape design. Right. So when you see the design of the Octo Finissimo, always the things are parallel.
That's right.
With the straight lines, and we are always trying to have a 45-degree angle.
That's right, sure.
When you arrive here, you make a straight line. When this line arrives with the other line, you go on top and you create almost a square elements, but with a 45-degree angle. So when you see the Octo Finissimo case, it's like, I love to say that is something that is common in my for my age, it's like a Space Invader design.
Sure.
Because it's made for square, 45-degree angles.
Sure.
It's like a pixel design.
That's right. Yes, it is.
But it's not the same on the Octoroma because it's a more round shape design. It's made for different purpose, for different clients. We don't want to have just an Octoroma that looks like a less Octo Finissimo watch. We want to give their identity for both, but for sure we are talking about two different watches.
I understand you. I totally hear you there. But there is that perception in the market out there, isn't it? That the Roma is kind of a little bit of a diluted version of the Octo Finissimo.
But it's not diluted. We use different movement. Sure. The Octo Roma is thicker than the Octo Finissimo.
Absolutely, sure.
You know, there is a lot of people on the market that, sorry Fabrizio, the watch is beautiful, but it's so thin for me. I like thick watches.
Sure.
For some wrist, I'm sorry, but I don't see on my wrist.
Okay.
So it's interesting to have the same concept, the same DNA, able to be appreciated for different clients. That's the point.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's actually very good to hear from you, because that means there is emphasis on the Roma as well. Because I know for a fact that's such a beloved watch line, watch collection, and in fact I know for a fact that here in Dubai, you've got a new nickname, Abu Octo.
Abu Octo, yes. It was thanks to Matar and thanks to the Brown Books twins.
That's right.
And honestly, it was an amazing conversation that we had yesterday. I appreciate a lot the architectural point of view, even in terms of questions. They are very kind, they are very clever, they make great things. Still today I have a brown book on my desk.
That's a wonderful book too. So I'm going to get you to sign my copy later on. But congratulations on a job well done. It's a fantastic edition. I think 70 pieces is going to fly off the shelves anyway. There's no doubt about that. That brings me to one question. Would you be willing to do a special edition for the Indian market, for example?
Why not? We receive a lot of requests. Sometimes we are able to make interesting things. Some other time, due to the agenda that we have, the production line that we have, the production in terms of schedule that we have, sometimes not possible. We are open to discussion. Sure. It depends. We are several criteria that we have to respect. And
the rules of engagement with Bulgari notwithstanding, I mean, that is a given. That has to be met. I mean, those rules have to be met, fair. But what is more important to you? The creative process behind an engagement like that? Or is it also the sellability of the product?
No, the idea is to create something that able to just add and something new.
Sure.
So we receive sometimes the request to have something that honestly is not in line with our heritage and with our DNA, and we have obliged to say, I'm sorry, but we don't want to have a Bulgari watch with this kind of style. We have to be consistent with our DNA.
Right. Makes sense, actually. Maybe it's a detailed discussion for a later date, isn't it?
For sure.
Yeah, obviously. Your anniversary of the Bulgari, I mean, what an amazing release with the marble dials. Do you ever see, just to kind of switch back and mix that with the Octo, do you see a marble dial ever on the Octo Finissimo?
Unfortunately, we don't have enough thickness.
Fair. That makes sense.
That's the point. We would like to use a stone dial on the Octo Finissimo. Now it's a big trend. Maybe it's the pinnacle of this trend. But from the beginning, the dial of the Octo Finissimo is 0.4 millimeters, 0.3 millimeters. It depends on the different version. So it's impossible to play with the stone.
No, fair enough. That makes sense.
That's why we decided to have on the Bulgari Roma, because we start to use stone dial in the Octo Roma from the beginning.
That's right.
And now we have this Verde Alpi, that is the marble that we use to make the one-of-a-kind watch for the only watch auctions. Full marble watch. Wow. It was a huge success. We have even a marble watch on the Octo Finissimo to be on the booth. We love, because it's something that is talk about Italy. Marble, it was the most important material for Michelangelo, for example.
Absolutely.
Something to talk about the Italian Rinascimento. It's something to talk about the Roman and the Italian heritage. And
also Indian architecture from the Mughal age.
Yes,
so much marble used all over the country. That actually gels very well with us, doesn't it? That's fantastic. Okay, I mean, it's very difficult for you to answer. I understand.
Yeah.
Pick your favorite line. It's like asking you to pick your favorite
my
child.
favorite. No, this is easier because my favorite watch is always the next one because I'm always thinking about something that is in 2027, 2028,
That's right.
2030.
Yeah.
So we are always projected as a designer in the next product.
Uh-huh.
In terms of collection, we have the three collections that I love. The Bulgari is the heritage. The Serpenti, it's even more than the Bulgari the heritage.
right.
And the Octo Finissimo is the future of the male watches.
That's right. It truly is. And it wears like a second skin, like you mentioned previously.
Yes, exactly.
It's meant to be that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you found a lot of success with the ladies, with the Serpentis, and the turnout, of course, of wow, what an execution. Well, but don't you think men should have, I mean, it's going there. I mean, men are absolutely flocking towards the Octos, but would you want more of them to come in and enjoy the product? Does it create a dichotomy of interest for you, is what my question is. You being the chief of design, that's why I'm asking you this question. If it were an interview with the product team, it would be a totally different answer, I'm sure.
Why is relevant for me around the Octo is the unique blend between a very unique design and an amazing movement.
Sure.
Able to create, let me say, a different way to wear a grand complication watch.
Sure.
For the first time, an ultra thin watch is made with an integrated metal bracelet, made in titanium with a different finishing. So it was a bit the DNA of the brand that is a contemporary DNA, is a contemporary brand with something that talk about the heritage of watchmaking industry.
Yeah.
The ultra thin movement is a very well known in watchmaking industry. It's one of the most difficult things to do. And for the first time, we were able to put together the heritage of the Swiss watchmaking
That's right.
universe.
Sure.
With a modern look, with a modern way to wear this kind of watch. Excellent.
That's actually a very good, fair point to kind of put out there. Now that you've done almost all the world records, especially with the Octo Finissimo, where does the next world record come from?
From our mind, from our different way of see things.
Yeah.
We just gained the prize, the Grand Prix de Roger in Geneva with the Ultra Tourbillon skeleton execution that for us was insane.
Right.
And it was not expected as a prize because we already gained a lot of prize around the Octo. But I think it's the most difficult to find another watch that gains so many prizes.
That is true. That is absolutely, that's fact, actually.
Maybe it's another record, but honestly, I'm not obsessed by record. It's just because the Ultra is the future.
Sure.
Is the pinnacle of the Octo Finissimo execution and the Octo Finissimo world.
That is more conceptual. Is there a plan to bring them into production so that more people can enjoy that?
We can make only 20 pieces per year.
And fair enough.
More.
No, makes sense.
And even the price is...
No, that's actually a fair assessment. Now, just to wrap this up, is there a message you would like to give to fellow chronoholics and watch collectors back in India?
I would love to meet you in India. I hope next year. We will see. It was supposed to be in India this year, but unfortunately it was not possible for me. But it's could be a real pleasure to talk with people that is watch lovers like you. And I would love to talk about Indian watch lovers and watch collectors in the future.
We would love to host you as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. It has been absolutely a pleasure. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with another episode of Dive Into the Industry.